Yeah, man, whoa. I'm so upset, man. I made I made like a 20-minute explanation video of this. You know, after the last video cut out, I had to do a part 2 on a different memory card. And, of course, my phone died while recording it, and my phone has a fatal flaw that if the phone dies while recording, it corrupts the file, and it's gone. So, I'm just going to summarize it real quick, what I said. This weighs about the same as a Behringer pedal, which is very interesting. But what I've noticed is the sound is a little it's just a little bit lacking, maybe 10%, 15% lacking compared to the bass spot. There's just a little bit of the tonal range that seems like it's missing here. I don't know how to explain it better than that. And then the tune, all the way up is, I think this is where it should be standardly. The all the way up position, that should be right here. Because when this thing is right here, that's like really low. And when it's right here, it's just unusable. So, you know, the tune needs to be modded if you get one of these. It could just be my unit. And, yeah. I don't know, it just doesn't have this thing isn't as like, I don't know. With the bass spot, it sounded a little more like the 303. It had that edge to it. It wasn't like a real one or like a really high-end clone. But this one's lacking a little bit. But then again, this is like, what, half the price? So, you know, there's a little give and take. You got this thing, you're going to have to modify it. But it didn't have as much background noise as the bass spot did. So, you know, but like I said, I just got this. I've had some weird results. Trying to run distortion pedals through this, I've had some weird results. They haven't really reacted the right kind of way. I've used them with plenty other synths, but with this, they didn't react the right way. I don't know if that's because the signal in this is not hot enough. I don't know. Maybe it's really too hot. I doubt it, but I think it's the signal's not. Maybe I don't know if it's because of the signal volume, but maybe I should put a boost pedal in front of it, or just a drive and boost it and see if that makes a difference. But actually I did do that, and it really didn't do much. I don't know if it's just my pedal. I don't know. It just reacts weird. That's what I'm just gonna say to you. It reacts weird to pedals, especially distortion pedals. I don't know why that is. I ran a delay pedal through it, worked pretty good. But I don't know, it just reacts weird to pedals. That's all I can say. And the distortion in it, based off the DS1, I think was not really the right distortion to include. I mean, this isn't the best distortion you could have included, but I think like something based off the Rat would have been a little more fitting. It still wouldn't have been maybe like the best, but the Rat would have been better than a DS1. Just my opinion. And of course, this is more school bus yellow than it appears in this picture. I don't know, not really much more to say about this. Programming, it's just like a regular 303. I mean, I haven't had one, but when you watch the videos, it's the same. You won't really understand it if you don't know what to do. You have to watch a video. The manual really doesn't tell you enough. It just leaves so much out that you're gonna have to watch a video to figure it out. But it's pretty simple once you actually know what you're doing. But yeah, what I say to you is this: listen, if you're on a budget and you want that 303 sound, and it depends. Are you a kind of person who wants to save money, but you'll tweak it to make it sound a little better? Or do you want just, your time's super valuable, you don't want to modify things? Which customer are you? If you're the kind of customer like that, you just want something that's going to work. Maybe you might have a little bit more background noise. You got to live with it. Go with the bass spot. Now, if you want something that behaves exactly like the 303, but the sound's a little bit lacking, but you're willing to tweak it and do some different stuff in post, go for this. That's about what I can say for it. Yeah. Going forward, probably, eventually, I'll probably also get a couple alternatives to this. I had to return my bass spot because mine was actually, what do you call it? I mean, defective, because even though they're noisy in general, mine was way more than normal. Almost to the point like there was a permanently on white noise generator. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I'll probably get another bass spot eventually. And just compare it. I'll probably get another bass spot eventually, and I'll probably get the the Roland digital version, the sacrilegious. Probably get one of those. I had the old TB3, that weird touch interface thing. That was interesting. With a bit of finagling, you could make that one sound kind of close to a real one. But I'd still say that their new digital one sounds closer. So basically, the Roland digital one's going to sound more like a 303, but it's going to have that digital characteristic to it where it's not going to have that just organicness of an analog signal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it sounds like I'm like a witch doctor. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, imagine if a band, you know, if played live every time, even if they tried to make it identical, it's not always going to be identical. It's always going to be a little bit different. It's going to be interesting. If it's a recording, that recording is going to sound identical everywhere. Maybe your speakers will make it sound a little bit different, but that's like the digital versus analog kind of thing. Just, it's going to sound a little bit different. It's going to feel a little more live when it's analog. When it's digital, it's not going to have that liveliness. It might have the same sound character. The sound might be the same, but it's going to be more static in its, you know, how it presents itself. Try not to get too spookity dookity on you guys here. But yeah, definitely going to mod this. I don't know. I'm going to take up, I want to make it chirp some more. Now the accent already chirps, but it like chirps in a weird way. It doesn't chirp in like a, it chirps in like a, it just chirp. It's too quick of a chirp, and it doesn't have that depth and that stretch. Like it should be like pulling gum as it stretches out. That's how it should be. And it's more of like pulling a piece of rubber that immediately snaps in half. That's the way to describe it. This thing does need some tweaks to be closer to a 303. Like I said, if you want something closer to a 303 out of the gate and you're on a budget, definitely BassBot. But if you want something that programs like the original and you're willing to go under the hood, modify it, do some cool stuff, and maybe, you know, save some money, but put a little more work into it, go for the BassBot. Now, I would be very afraid, though, if you drop this. This thing weighs like the same as a freaking Behringer pedal, because the Behringer pedal has the metal base plate. This is bigger, but they still weigh around the same. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but all I can say. Oh yeah, and it came with a power supply. I would say the power supply that came with this is actually the best Behringer power supply I've actually seen, because the cord on it was about 50% to, you know, around 50% thicker than most of their cords, which is pretty cool, because that means it'll last longer and it'll take some beating better. But yeah, other than that, not really much difference in the cord area. So yeah, I know you might say, hey guy, did you warm it up? Yeah, I warmed it up. So, but you know, I'm gonna live with this some more, tweak it with some more. You know, you can make any 303 clone, even though they're different. You can make them all sound good. You know, if you know how to twerk them, twerk it. But anyways, you know, that's this. And I'm sorry that this got split apart from the other video. And like I said, I did a really in-depth, like 20-minute explanation, but I'm not gonna do all of that again. But I will say one more thing on this, and I might have already said it, but I might have forgot. The sound in this is a little bit more dynamically uncomplex and a little bit more hollow than most 303 clones. I don't know. It feels like it's missing a little bit of the tonal range, and it feels like a lot of that, the rubberiness is not there, which you could get from modding it. But yeah, there's that. So, yeah. And while I got y'all here, I'm going to show y'all something. So, I hope my camera shouldn't die. But I'm trying to find right now a free video editor that's going to let me edit in 4K, because the one that comes with my computer only does 1080p. But, yeah. I don't know. Do y'all have any? Here's just some different ones I'm thinking about getting. I don't know what's going to work. There's a lot of different ones, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, these two videos gonna be uploaded today, and then the you know, the video of this pedal right here, the Cheesy Vampire. And like I said, this thing is just, it's meant for bass heavy, like beats. It's not really meant for anything else. It's gonna sound disgusting with anything else. That's what it's meant for. Pretty narrow, market, pretty narrow use, but that's what it's for. Guitar, not really. Just normal synth, not really. That's just what it shines on. I throw a little bit of normal synth in here, but the beats are where this thing, I think, shines. So I'll let y'all be the judge. It's not nothing too special, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it out, and hopefully y'all dig it a little bit. Y'all might not. Who knows? It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's about it for now. What else can I say? Yep, boppity, boppity. So yeah, sorry that I keep saying, oh, this is coming out tomorrow, blah blah blah. I need to just stop promising things and just put out the videos when they do, because I get distracted, I do other things, and then things get delayed. And yeah, I'm not sure if I described this yet. I don't think I did. I think I described this in the long video. If I've described this here, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it again just real quick. All right, so this is the RP50, right? The RP50 with the super duper RP50 with all these mods. But the thing is about this, I'm not using that other pink case, like I said, because I just think it's too flimsy. So I'm gonna not use that case, because I have 2 more of these. I'm definitely gonna mod. It depends how well people like these. If they don't really like them that much, then I'm not gonna. Then if people don't really like these, I'm probably only gonna make 3. If people like these, I'll make more. But I'm gonna make at least 3 of these, at the bare minimum 3 of these. Yeah. So it depends on what my final results with this are, how many different instruments it works with, and basically just how much I like it overall and how usable I think it is and how much I think people will like it. Depending on that is depending on how many of these I'm going to make going forward and how much they're going to cost. If this thing is just a beast, it works with everything, it makes everything sound cool, does weird to everything. Shit! No, I was kidding. I'm not afraid to say words. I don't even know why I did that. It's just like, you always think, well, YouTube might hide my video. Oh, fuck it. If they hide my video, they hide it. Who gives a fuck anyways? But anyways, yeah, if all the results are great, everything sounds cool, everything's wonderful, these are going to be on the pricier end, because like I said, I need to have some pedals that help me make a little bit of good profit. I'm always going to make some that are budget just to help people out who want something crazy, but it's going to be on a good budget they can afford. This ain't going to be one of those pedals, unless it just turns out like a booty. If it turns out like booty, then it will be. But then if it turns out like booty, only 3 of these will ever be made. But I doubt it's gonna. It's gonna be at least be okay. Whether it's great, or super great, or just okay, that's what we'll find out, depending on how much stuff it works with. But like I said, what's cool is it works on its own to make weird sounds without even anything plugged into it. So we'll see. I haven't really tested too many things plugged into it with the mods. That's what we're gonna see. If it's not really usable with things plugged into it with the mods, like if we can't run really run sounds to this, then I'm only gonna make 3. But I've already done like minimal testing, so I think some things will run through this pretty good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I keep saying that, but this is how it's gonna go. These are gonna be pricey. I know, sticker shock. I'm sorry. If these turned out super wonderful, they're just great. They, work with synths, guitars. They make everything cool. They work on their own. Overall, they're just great. Then these are going to be sold. These are going to sell for $2.99. I know, pricey, but I need something that's going to help me, make some profit. Plus, there's a lot of work that goes in this too. A lot of parts. These, depending where you buy these are about 30 to 50 cents each, and there are 21 in this. So you do the math, that's like $10 if they're 50 cents each. $10 in these. Then you got to buy the box. Then you got to paint the box. Then you got to get the super glue it. Then you have to actually buy the pedal. You have to cut the hole open. You got to get all the wires. That's there's 21, so what's that? 42 wires right there. That's where it says ADHD Mods 001, first serial number, the very first one. It's a lot of work that goes into this. It's not like, I'm not saying this is super hard. It's not actually hard, it's just time consuming. And yeah, so if these turn out perfect, $2.99. If these turn out decent, $2.49. If these turn out bad and there's not really much I can do with it, which I don't think is going to happen, I don't think it's going to be $1.99. And if that happens, I'll only make 3 and I won't make any more. But I think one of the first 2 options are going to happen. But either way, nope, it's not all doom and gloom. It's not, oh my God, it's so expensive. Listen, The very first edition I'm offering is the very first edition, right? Normally, first editions cost more because, ooh, I want to be the collector. I want to have the first. But I'm gonna help y'all guys out. If you're gonna be the first adopter of this pedal, I'm gonna make the very first one $50 cheaper than the rest. So if you're really interested in it and you're kind of budget conscious, you might want to get the first one because going forward after that, there will be $50 more. So if these are $299, this one will be $149. If these are $149, this will be $199. And if these turn out booty, this will be $149. But like I said, this pedal right here most likely is going to be $249. Best case scenario for your wallet, but worst case scenario for the mods, it's going to turn out for $199. Yeah. So that's that. That's what's going forward. And I'm sorry about the price, but we gotta have some pricey things to help make up for, you know, making all the pedals, because I do a lot that are just a labor of love, but I give to y'all for a decent price. Try to get y'all some cool stuff. Now we got this right here. I'm gonna show y'all this while we're here. I'm a moon chorus pedal in this beautiful aqua green. But this is a budget pedal, and you're like, why are you showing me this? I did a little permanent mod in this thing. It's just a simple one-wire mod, and it basically boosts the signal of this. So it's kind of like an overdrive, slight diet distortion built into this permanently on. It's a little interesting thing I found with this. So it still looks clean, still looks unmodded, but it's a little mod to it. I'm probably gonna sell this too upcoming. I'll make a little demo on it. It's nothing special, but I just wanted to show y'all this. I don't remember how much these cost, but it's only gonna be a little bit more than a stock one. Let's say a stock one costs $15. This one's gonna be what, $20? You know, it's probably only gonna be like $5 more than a stock one. So yeah, it's not gonna be that much because it's just a one-wire mod. But it's gonna come with the box and stuff. And like I said, we're gonna still mod this Super Fuzz coming up, and we do have a lot of old home keyboards that we're gonna mod. I know a lot of them are really dusty right now. I've covered some, but some haven't been blessed with coverings. But some of those will get modded, and yeah, like I said, we still have more of these. I have 2 more of these RP50s, which are gonna get the box treatment. That pink box isn't good enough, so I'm gonna have to wait till I source some other better boxes for y'all, because I want y'all to have a sturdy box. If you're gonna pay that kind of money, I want y'all to have a good box. You know, I'm trying to reuse boxes. You know, that helps. We don't have to buy new stuff. You know, stuff doesn't go into a landfill. But like, this is a box for poker chips, so it is more robust. So that's what we're gonna go for going forward. A little more robust boxes. Yep. All right. So if y'all haven't watched that other video of the cheesy vampire, I hope you enjoy that. And yeah, there'll be a couple more demo mod videos coming out. So I hope you enjoy all of those as well. And I'll see y'all in the next video. And hey, this is kind of weird, but are any of y'all hyped for the Call of Duty Cold War? I used to play Modern Warfare, the new one. But man, there was one thing that I'm going to tell you right now. There's one thing that ruined it for me. It's like, imagine if there was Coca-Cola, but you could only buy Coca-Cola non-carbonated. I mean, like, that would just ruin it. It would ruin it. Okay, it's like, why? That's what happened to the new Modern Warfare. There's one little thing that they took out of the game that just ruined it for me. Basically, in all the old Call of Duties, you could... They all had different names, whether they're Dead Silence or Ninja. There's a perk you could get that would make you silent. It would make your steps silent. Now, people cried, ooh, that's too overpowered, ooh. So later on, they added a perk where you could hear those people with dead silence if you had this other perk, but they would just be quieter than they would have normally been, right? That's cool, you know. Once that perk came out, that was fine, you know. I'll admit I loved it back when you couldn't counter at all, but when that perk came out, sure, that's fine, that's fair, that's cool. But what they did with Modern Warfare, man, it just makes me want to cry. They completely removed the Dead Silence Ninja perk from the game, and they turned it into a field upgrade, which basically means you can only use it for 30 seconds every few minutes, which is just garbage. And I'm gonna tell you why they did this and why it's the Streisand effect. So basically, the Streisand effect is getting opposite results from what you think you'll do with something. So they removed it originally because they thought that it caused camping. But in fact, it caused the opposite. It caused more camping when they removed it. Here's the thing. If you can move around quietly, you're going to be more inclined to move around. They thought, oh my God, if everyone's moving around quietly, more people are going to hide. No, they're not. If they can move quietly, they're going to move. The reason people camp is because people have these $200 headsets where they can hear you step on a leaf on the other side of the map like they're freaking Hercules. It's just weird. It ruins the whole experience from those, you know, from lack of a better term, back in my day, we called them sound whores. That's what they were called. They might not be PC to say, but that's what they were. They're sound whores. Or we call them big ears. Big ears, the like kid-friendly version, but we call them sound whores. So that's what they are. They wear these super expensive headsets, have their volume to like 1 million, and they just listen like fucking like a Predator on Alien vs. Predator. It just ruins the experience of the game. And if you can't counteract that, I would find out that I would say about 8 to 9 times out of 10 I died because of someone using this method when I'm trying to be sneaky. Now, if I'm just running gunning, it's not like that. But if I'm being sneaky, these people always ruin it. And Call of Duty's got so competitive that so many people are doing this now that you can't play it the way you used to play it, and it just reinforces camping. It's just not cool. So that's the Streisand effect, getting the opposite results of what you thought. So if this Call of Duty brings back that perk, I'm jumping on it, man. I'm jumping on it. If they don't bring it back, I ain't buying it. It's kind of funny. One perk is gonna decide whether I buy a game or not. But that's just how it is. That perk, I think, is real useful if you don't want to be a little camping biatch and you actually want to get shit done on the map without having to worry about the sound whores fucking with you every day. So that's, you know, I know this went off on a Call of Duty rant, but why not throw some weird, interesting stuff into the video to keep you people entertained? So yeah, what y'all? Any of y'all old Call of Duty fans? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I mean, you're gonna make fun of me for this, but I got so fed up with people sound hoarding. I just destroyed my Modern Warfare disc. I'm like, you know what? Just fuck this disc, smash, because it just ruins the whole experience when people can hear you make a step across the map, so they're already planned for you. They know where you're coming from, and they just wait because they can hear everything. It just ruins the game. And you know, if you can have a perk to counter that, like you could on almost every other Call of Duty, that's just what it should be. Removing that perk is just disgusting. It's just, like I said, making Coke without any carbonation. It's just, why even have it at all? Just get rid of it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. All right, see you people. I need to get back to organizing those shelves, and I'm about to try to find a video editing software where I can upload my 4K video to you guys. All right, see ya.